I am currently sitting outside of a Hobby Lobby. I just got done with the Bible study, so I am fired up and I'm sitting here just like brewing with inspiration. I have this idea for a product I want to try making, and we're gonna go get all the supplies for it right now and make it. Okay, so most importantly, I need like a good blank journal. I think these are all gonna be a little pricey. Something like this. This is like $7 though, but the pages or the paper is really nice. So I might go with that. I spent like $40 on this, which is crazy. I'm trying to actually use my camera settings now instead of just shooting a manual because I'm sick and tired of looking very gray in every footage. So bear with me while I figure out the settings. Let me actually explain myself to you because I don't think I've told you what we're doing yet. I decided I want to start journaling again. I haven't journaled in so long, but I think it would really help me to just journal, get my thoughts out. I really want to start a prayer journal as well, or a place where I document seeing the Lord work, so that way I can remember all the good things he's done for me, because it's so easy to forget. So I really want to start journaling, and I was thinking about going out to buy a journal. And as I was looking for one online, long story short, I decided I want to try making a sewn crochet journal cover journal, if that makes sense. Today we're gonna make just one for me, and then we're gonna look at it, see if it's any good, and then maybe make a second one. I did buy 2 journals because I'm kind of like preemptively assuming I'm going to make a second one. So first we're making a Heather journal, and then we're gonna make a to sell journal if the Heather journal turns out. So here's a little shopping haul. I don't know how I feel about this lighting yet. I really hope it doesn't look bad. So we have 2 blank design your own cover journals, and then I'm not sure if I'm going to use these, but I just found them so I grabbed them, and they are little cross charms because we're going to do a little Christian journal because I want to have a prayer journal. So I thought it'd be fun to have a little cross charm like dangling off at some point, maybe a bookmark or something. Next, I bought myself some pens. This is not at all going to be a part of like when I sell these, if I do sell these. This is just because I wanted more pens, and I remember really liking these gel pens. Oh, I also grabbed some more fabric glue, and then I got some black fabric paint, and this is going to be for like the applique in the center of the journal. And then I grabbed some fabric, and I have never bought fabric before, so I went with 2 yards. I just kind of estimated I definitely only needed 1 yard or like half a yard, but now we got a bunch of fabric we can play around with, and it's just a nice cream color, so it's a nice background that we can put stuff on top of. Next, I don't know if I'm going to use it, but it was on sale. I got this like ruffly ribbon. I think it'd be pretty to do like a ruffle border along the front. And then I got myself some more thread, and then lastly I was trying to find a stamp that I want to use for like the center of the journal. I have a lot of stamps. I used to do stamping when I was younger, so I might go look at those and see if I can find something I like, because honestly they don't sell stamps very much anymore. I remember going to Hobby Lobby and it was like a full aisle of stamps you could pick from, and now there's like 15. Found this one that says we love because he first loved us, which I think is really cute. And then obviously I'm going to need yarn for crocheting, but I didn't buy any new yarn because I have all of that yarn and I'm still trying to get the yarn to all fit on that one little shelf, so I need to use my own yarn until I can get that to happen. So I need to start by picking out what color I want for the base of the journal, and that's the part where we need to pick out the yarn. I don't know. I actually don't know what color I want. I think this would be kind of cool, this like multicolor cotton, but I don't have enough of this to actually make it work. Okay, so I could do like a light blue or a dark green or a dark brown or an olive green, or hear me out, bright yellow. I mean, like, why not? You know what? I don't think I'm gonna like it, but it's all I can think of, so I'm gonna do it. I'm using bright yellow. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a gauge swatch because I do need to make this fit around this book perfectly. So from here to here is 5.5. So then that would be 11. So the front and the back together is 11. And then this part here is a half. So we need about 11.5 inches. So we want to do 38 chains. So now I'm going to go ahead and chain 38 and then build it up with the half double crochets. This fits really nicely across the entire journal. Not too big, maybe a little too small, but crochet does stretch, so I'm not too worried about it. I need to decorate this because we are working with a very vibrant, like, highlighter yellow cover, and I definitely need to add some stuff to it to try to neutralize it down a little bit more. My initial plan was to crochet a base and then do a square with a picture in the front with some like frills around the edges, but I think we need to completely patchwork the entire thing pretty much blush to help neutralize the yellow. I found this whole box of fabric scraps that my grandma gave me. I've never done this before, but here's what I'm thinking we're gonna do. So I have some scrap fabric, as I mentioned, and I think I'm going to cut out some flower shapes and then sort of patchwork sew them right onto our book cover here. So I'm going to do this pink fabric, and I think maybe this for like the center of the flower. I gave up on the whole like bright yellow thing. I didn't even sew it yet. It's sitting right here, and I'll probably save it because I might sew it at some point, but I just don't know if it's going to turn out. I don't have confidence in it. So before I put a bunch of time into it and make something I don't like, I've gone back to my good old trusty neutrals. So I am making a brown cover really quickly, and then we're going to do like the actual plan I had originally, which is just the one square in the front. So we're going to turn this into our book cover, and this way we can decorate it exactly how I intended because it's just simple and plain. I know next to nothing about sewing, especially when it comes to cutting out exact measurements. I haven't done that since I was like 10 or 11 and my grandma taught me how to sew. So we're just gonna kind of wing it, say a prayer, hope for the best. So I'm going to use this fabric that I had bought for the project, this really nice just cream color, and then I'm going to first gather the measurements I need because I need to make sort of a sleeve to go inside so I can put this around the book, if that makes sense. So this is wrapping around. I need some way to attach it to the inside, so I need to make a little sleeve that will go right inside, and I also need a piece of fabric to go right in the front for our little decoration. It's that saying like measure twice, cut once. I've always been really impatient and bad at that, but we're gonna make sure we actually measure twice today. Oh, by the way, I already wrote a little journal entry using this gel pen. This is the best pen I've ever used. It's so smooth and it doesn't bleed and the ink doesn't smudge, and I highly, highly recommend it. It's from Hobby Lobby and it's the Jelly Roll pens. So good. Okay, I think I have my measurements figured out. I need to cut 2 squares that are 4 inches by 9 inches. They look a little wonky, but here are my 2 sort of inner covers for the book. So I'm going to set them to the side for now because I want to get the rest of the fabric prepared before we actually start sewing. Next thing I need to do is make a little picture for the front of the journal, and I'm thinking the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to take a rubber stamp, use some fabric paint, and stamp a picture right onto the front of some material, cut out that square, and use it to decorate the front of our journal. So as I showed you in the beginning, I did buy a stamp to use, but then I also went up to my little craft area and I found a couple more of my stamps, and I grabbed all the ones I think I might want to use. So we've got quite a big basket here of stamps. So this is the first one that I'm still leaning towards using, which is the "We love because he first loved us." I think that's a really cute message to put on the front of a journal. Another one I think would be kind of cute is my mom carved this little apple tree, which I think would be absolutely adorable to put on the front of a journal. I'm not going to show you all of these just because there's a ton here, but I'll show you the ones I think are pretty promising for this journal. Here's a little gnome guy, which is very whimsical and cute. Or we have a little bald eagle. This one's really cute. This is the first rubber stamp I ever got. My great aunt gave it to me, and I think it's adorable. This little boy and this little girl sitting back to back. I might use this one. I think it's really cute. Or we've got some roses. And then this one I'm not using today, but I did think it was a cute idea. You know how some people like to do what are they called, like friendship journals, where you write in a page and then give it to your friend and then she writes in a page and you go back and forth? How cute would it be to have a journal with this little stamp that says friend to friend on the front, and it's like your little friendship journal? I think that would be so precious, and I kind of want to make that. Oh, there's also these flowers that could be really pretty. So this is what I have to pick from. I don't know. They're all so good. I don't know. Because look at how cute this is. And then I could do a bookmark or something and integrate in one of these little charms. Or we could do the eagle, which I think is so cool, but I do think it's maybe a little bit too small. Or we've got the little gnome guy. And then picture this without the color. Like it's just going to be the black and white lines, no color. Which I think makes it a little less magical if he doesn't have his green jacket and everything. If I did this, I'd probably have to get some more fabric paint and actually paint him in and give him a little more color. Or we could do these flowers, which I think are cute, but they're just very simple, and I want to have something a little more exciting than that. Or we could do this little boy and girl, which I think is so precious. I think these are the 2 I'm very torn on. Do I do the little boy and girl, or do I do my little Bible verse? I really wish I could hear you guys right now so you can tell me what to do. I think I might just try stamping both of them and see how they look, and then I can decide from there which one I want to use. So I'm gonna just get some on this brush and just brush it on. And now I'm just gonna take it and stamp. Let's see what we're working with. We lost our because. Okay, let me try the other stamp. Hey, that's cute. Here's what I ended up coming up with. We have, if it'll focus, there we go. We have the little boy and girl sitting back to back. I went ahead and folded over all the edges as well with a little bit of glue, but with the brown background, I think that's so cute. And I'm probably gonna do some sort of a lace border, but first I wanna go sew. So I'm gonna go sew all the edges down. I have all the edges glued down for all 3 pieces. We have them cut out, ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just sew down the borders quickly. I need to sew this patch onto the front of my journal now, so I have to line it up perfectly. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on, and then I'm just going to give that a second to dry, and then we'll stitch it right onto the front. Oh my goodness. Wait, that's adorable. So here's what it's looking like, and now I want to do a little lace around the edge, and so I do have this sort of lace that I bought from the store that I could do, but I think I want to actually crochet some lace, so I have this like off-white color, and I'm going to crochet a little lace that I can put around the very edge quickly. Here's what it looks like with the lace. Yeah, I still have to take care of all these little loose strings here, but let's go ahead and sew on the inner lining portion. This is basically what's going to make or break the whole thing, because if I did not do the measurements correctly, it won't fit. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to sew it right onto the inside on either side, and then I'm going to sew all the way along all the edges except for this edge here, so it makes a pocket. And then if it all lines up correctly, we should be able to slide that pocket right over the book, which will then hold this in place. Here's where we're at. So we have the completed book cover. This is what it looks like. Very cute, but I'm sure you can already tell it also looks very misshapen. That's because the little pocket size really did not fit the book very well, and I couldn't get it all the way up to the edge, which probably is a sewing error, and I could try cutting it and doing it again. But long story short, the pocket here is just stretching out the front. Because the front is a crochet material, it's very stretchy, so it's hard to sew fabric and crochet together is what I'm finding, because if I make this to fit the cover of the journal, it just warps the shape of the crochet, if that makes sense. So I need to cut this out like so, and I'm going to use a stitch marker and work on removing all those stitches, which will probably take a little bit of time. And once I have both of these fabrics removed, we're going to try something else that I thought of. It looks like nothing even happened. Can you hear the birds outside my window? It's like actually spring right now, and I'm in such a good mood about it. So I could try re-sewing the little lining, but instead I want to try a different thought I had, and it's a little bit of a scarier thought because it will kind of ruin the journal, but I think it's gonna work. And it also would go a little bit faster, I think. So I've got my journal, I've got some craft foam I can work into, and a push pin, and my plan is to go along the journal and poke little holes along the edge of the journal, and then sew this liner directly onto the journal pages, if that makes sense. We're going to take a little bit more yarn and just sew it on, but first I need to poke some holes into the journal cover. Okay, so I'm going to take the cover and I'm laying it out flat like this. You can see it's already gotten a little bit bent from where I was trying to force it into the book. And now I'm just going to poke a hole, trying to keep it even, which this is not even the slightest bit even. Every single hole is so wonky. But I'm just going to go all the way around the border. So I've now punched holes around the entire outside. I don't know if you can see that. They're quite uneven, but we've got some little holes. So I'm going to take the thinnest darning needle I have, and I might go in with a thinner yarn or a thread, but I'm going to start by trying to use just more of this brown yarn. And I'm just going to stitch this cover onto this book using the holes that I had just made, and just stitching right along the edge here. So I'll see you later with hopefully a completed journal. Hopefully. I have made 2 journals since we last talked. So I ended up making a tutorial, which is why I made 2 of them. But let me just show you the one we were making in this video. So here's our little journal with our cute little picture on the front. And I added this little cord, which I think is so fun. So I added a little crochet cord that I just tuck in, and then I can unwrap it and begin journaling, which I already have written a little bit in this one. And then I also put one of those little charms that we first bought right on the cord as well. And I'm just so happy with how this turned out. I'm thinking about making some more and putting them up on my shop, so let me know if you think these are a good item to be selling. I will try putting this one up on my shop. I made this one for a tutorial, and this one has our other stamp, which is the "We Love Because He First Loved Us," with a beautiful like periwinkle purple background and a big silver cross. So this one I'm going to put up for sale, and we'll see if it's received nicely. I'll probably make a bunch more. And then this is my own personal journal. I'm so proud of how this turned out. It's such a fun mixed media craft. Let me know how you feel about it, and thank you so much for coming on this journey with me where we designed this piece. As I mentioned, I will have a full in-depth tutorial on exactly how to do this coming out in just a couple days, so if you want to make your own, make sure you're subscribed and notifications on, and you stay tuned in for that video. Otherwise, I will see you again very soon with another video. I hope you have a blessed couple of days until then, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.